Welcome to the Visionary Politics. Today we will talk about undocumented content, the very current international affair about that US Israel imposed war on Iran. And in this war, the hidden suffering of ordinary people in this war. So, wars are often explained through geopolitics, strategy, and military power. But behind every missile strike, there are ordinary people whose lives are destroyed. Here is a document, an authentic document that I am documenting. On 28 February 2026, a large scale military campaign began when Israel and the United States launched coordinated strikes across Iran targeting military infrastructure, leadership facilities, and strategic sites. Then Iran responded with missile and drone attacks in the region. It was defending its sovereignty and responding to the aggression. The aggressor is US, the aggressor is Israel, while the victim is Iran. But while governments speak about strategy, the real story is the suffering of ordinary people, common people. Let's talk about something very important, the civilian deaths inside Iran. You should know that the war is continue. It didn't stop. So the human cost inside Iran has been enormous. According to Iran's health ministry and international reporting, at least 1,255 people have been killed in Iran since the strikes began. More than 12,000 people have been injured. Among the dead are around 200 children. The children, what they did, nothing. What they performed, nothing. What they spoke, nothing. So many victims were not soldiers. Official report that many people were killed inside their homes, workplaces, and neighborhoods during the air strikes. So just if a child is killing in a war, he has done something to the US, to the Israel. He has done something to any country that is proposing him or self in the war as an aggressor. So, what about the attack on the civilian infrastructure? The strikes have also damaged civilian infrastructures. The Iranian Red Crescent reported that over 6,600 civilian buildings were hit, including 5,535 residential buildings, 1,041 commercial buildings, 65 schools, 14 medical centers. The civilian, where they go for their physician, where they go to treat themselves, where they go for the shopping, where they reside, where they feel safe. This means that thousands of families lost homes, schools, and access to the medical care. So, this is the war that the states are fighting between each other. But where are the civilian people? What they did in this case as well? And what about the deadliest civilian incident? One of the most tragic incidents happened on the very first day of the war. A missile strike destroyed a girls' elementary school in Minab in southern Iran. Reports indicate that between 168 and 180 people were killed. Most of them were children. This single attack became one of the deadliest civilian targets of the conflict. So, if you are saying that we are going to fight against any state, against any government regime, why are you attacking the civilian infrastructure? Is it not terrorism? It is an open terrorism that you are killing children, you are killing civilians, those who don't have weapons, those who do not know about the use of weapons. So, and what about the casualties across the region? So the war has not remained inside the Iran, as Iran launched retaliatory strikes against Israel and military bases in the region. Casualties spread across the Middle East. Current reported deaths include Iran about 1,255 killed, Israel 13 civilian killed, US forces 8 soldiers killed, and in the Gulf countries where the military air bases of US are present, 14 civilian killed. So this shows that how quickly regional conflict can expand beyond the borders. So now about the healthcare system is also under pressure. The healthcare system is Iran has also heavily affected. Reports indicate 29 clinical facilities damaged, 10 hospitals forced to shut down, 55 healthcare workers wounded, 11 healthcare workers killed. When hospitals themselves are damaged, the suffering of civilians increases dramatically. Of course, you know very well that when the COVID 19 happened, these doctors, these nurses, these medical facilities, these were the frontline people. These medical personnel were the frontline soldiers. They were fighting for us against the pandemic. But now, in this war, the civilians, including these medical officials, they have been killed. So, what kind of war is this? What is the benefit of this war? Only the ordinary people, the professional people, those who don't know even about how to participate in any war, they have been killed in this war. So let's talk about the environmental and health impact. The strikes also damaged oil facilities and fuel depots, causing massive fires and toxic smoke. Experts warn that this can lead to respiratory illnesses. Well, long-term environmental damage, polluted soil and air measure cities like Tehran. So for ordinary people, war doesn't end when bombs stop. It's health, the health of any war affecting the health of the people, and its health effect can last for years. So these are what we have the casualties with the human beings. But now, when we talk about the global economic consequences, the impact of this war is not limited to the Middle East because of Iran lies near one of the world's most important oil routes. The conflict also affected global markets. The Strait of Hormuz oil prices surged about approximately $100 per barrel, triggering instability in global financial markets. So the developing countries here present in the Asia, they are feeling a direct current inflation, high inflation in their countries because the prices get high, so everything get high. So the higher oil prices means that higher fuel prices, higher food costs, rising inflation around the world. So what is that? So look at just the missile strikes of US, Israel on Iran and the retaliation and the self-defense of Iran. So due to only this phenomena, procedure, the conflictual procedure, the ordinary people are suffering from every aspect. So the who now I will say who are the real victims of the war. When powerful states go to war, governments discuss military victories and strategic gains. Well, both the statistics tell a different story. Thousands of civilians are killed, thousands more lost their homes, children lose schools, families lose hospitals, and millions of people around the world suffer from rising prices and economic instability. So the real victim is the common person who do not even think about the war will happen, the war will be imposed by me on tomorrow. So these kind of victims are really the people who the world should care about. The Donald Trump is saying that we are winning the war. What kind of win is this? where the people are have been suffering, the people are mourning, the people are sad. What kind of win is this? What kind of satisfaction about winning any kind of war? So, what should be the closing message to the world, to the Asia, to the Europe, to the America itself? The people of America do not want to participate in this war. The people in Israel are also not very happy in this war, and the people of Iran are suffering. So, when we talk about the democracy, when it comes to the democracy, government for the people, by the people, from the people. So, where are the people stands now in this war? Donald Trump took presidency through a democratic process to the Republican democratic process. So now where is the viewpoint of American people in this war that Donald Trump have been and Israel have been imposed? So means they are also violating the laws of democracy, that they are always appreciating that every country should have a democracy, every country, every state should have a democratic government system. So they are even violating, they are even making faults in the democratic system, and they are showing that there is a mistake in the democratic procedure for the government. So, the closing message for my audience is: history shows that wars may be started by states, but they are always paid for by the ordinary people. Understanding the human cost of conflict is essential if we want a more responsible and peaceful international order, because behind every statistic there is a human life. Thank you so much for watching, and put your suggestions and viewpoints on the comments. I will be happy to share my more critical insights with you. Thank you so much once again.